Rambo is not a Republican or a Democrat, explained Sylvester Stallone. Despite frequently being labeled as a conservative action hero, SLY Stallone says Rambo's politics are not necessarily Republican or Democrat. How's it going out there, everyone? This is W.F.S, your doctor. And I kind of figured that this would be the perfect thing to talk about today, since tomorrow is the 2022 midterm elections. And this article popped up today. And I figured, why not? Let's discuss this. I mean, Rambo came out in 1982. And since then, he's been part of America. He's been a symbol for what America should and should not be, I guess. So this article dropped about 4 hours ago from CBR, and it basically talks about how Rambo was labeled as a Republican thanks to the President Ronald Reagan back in the 80s. He might be a gun-touting 80s action hero who fought explosively for Americans' interest on foreign soil, but John Rambo's political affiliations aren't actually aligned with the Republicans or Democrat parties, says Sylvester Stallone, as Stallone clarifies it. And frankly, I don't think anyone's really asked. I don't see him out there going, Democrats! I don't see him shooting up anybody, screaming Republican, Democrat. I mean, why do we have to align our politics with every single little thing we do? It's starting to poison our film too. And this has been out since the 80s, so it's been out there for a long time. And I remember hearing about this stuff back when Rambo 2 came out, First Blood, Part 2. I remember vets being very upset about Rambo, and at the same time there were other vets who were very happy with him, and Reagan being out there going off that he's a good Republican. A good story is a good story, and if you lean very hard on the politics, you're asking for trouble. Stallone told THR, like everyone assumed Rambo is a conservative. President Reagan posted pictures going, Rambo's a Republican. I went, uh-oh. Rambo is totally neutral, he explained. He doesn't even live in this country. He added, referring to Rambo's movie and move to Taiwan at the end of Rambo First Blood 2, staying there for the next 2 sequels. He feels scorned by it. And my politics are, may the best man win. I voted on both sides, but I'm definitely in the middle. People assume that some of my characters and I do talk to... Excuse me, I'm sorry. People assume that I'm the same way as my characters, and I do talk to everybody. I think it's crazy not to. Actually, I avoid talking to some people because it sends out the wrong message. You're asking yourself, do I really need this controversy? Completely agree. You're out there, you're just telling this story about this war veteran and all the crap that he's gone through, and now the next thing you know, you've got politics being thrown at you. Oh, well, he must be a good conservative, he must be a good Democrat. You know what? Forgive me, but I don't give a care. It's a movie, it's an action movie, and I really don't care what side of the aisle Rambo, a fictional character, aligns himself with. He doesn't align himself with anyone except anyone who gets in the way of his agenda. Former President Ronald Reagan referred to Rambo on multiple occasions during his time in the White House from 1981 to 89, even going as far as to say that Rambo First Blood 2, a film where Rambo is tasked to save hostages in Southeast Asia, gave him the idea on how to deal with future hostage crises. Nevertheless, Stallone, who first portrayed Rambo as a disgruntled Vietnam vet in 1982's classic First Blood, and most recently brought the character's story to a close in 2019's Rambo Last Blood, insists that the hero was independent. I'm satisfied. I hope you are too. This is just a stupid thing to have happen here. A great movie, a great character. As cheesy as the cartoon was back in the 80s, it was okay. But I don't see anyone asking Rambo what your politics are. I mean, this is just flat out dumb. It's a dumb argument to have, and I completely agree with Sylvester Stallone on this one. You talk with everybody, you be neutral on subjects, but when it comes to certain people, stay away from them because that brings trouble. Stallone has been associated with the Republican Party in the past, endorsing former U.S. Senator John McCain in 2008, U.S. President elections, and calling Donald Trump a larger-than-life presence in the lean-up to the 2016 election. He clarified these remarks about Trump, arguing that the former president was simply a very flamboyant character who talked like he stepped right out of a movie. You see, this is where I think people get really mixed up. When an actor like Stallone comes out and says that he supports this person or he supports that person, suddenly the whole world starts thinking, gee, does that mean his characters are the same way? Doesn't mean that, and you people need to take a serious chill pill if that's what you think. Seriously, mellow out. I love this one. Was Rambo 3 dedicated to Osama bin Laden's resistance group? The Mujahideen. Aside from politics, Stallone also criticized CGI in recent action movies, arguing that the films like First Blood were now the equivalent of vintage watch, with aesthetics that age like fine wine. I think First Blood is one of the first action films, Stallone said. I relied on body acting to tell the story. The character never talked, but you knew exactly what was going on through the other characters. They're almost like narrators in a Greek tragedy. The guy never stops moving, and that's what I call an action film. There's not one CGI shot. The audience goes, that is pretty special, and he is damn right. No CGI. His movies were great, and First Blood was one of the best. Okay, so what's your opinion out there about this? Is Rambo a Republican or a Democrat, or just great at racking up the body count? Well, I'm going to end the video right here. Please drop your comments below. I'd love to see them or hear them. I also would like you to please click the like button. And if you like what you see, click the subscribe button, please. It'd be greatly appreciated. I'm W.F.S, your doctor, and until the next time, my friends, God bless.